mobile, so I'll have to ring you back.
Okay, you got the number?
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Check it out. Everybody needs to know this. Everybody knows this. Each other.
With Vandross, Janet Jackson, Ralph Travant. I knew I'd get it. BBC Radio 2 online, on digital radio and on 88. Now the BBC News at 10 o'clock. This is Alan Dedicote. One of the senior former officials at the centre of allegations of a cover-up about regulatory failings at a hospital in Cumbria has denied ordering a critical report to be deleted. In a BBC interview, Jill Finney, who was Deputy Chief Executive of the Care Quality Commission, insisted she did no such thing and said the internal review had needed much more work. Robert Francis QC, who carried out an independent report on the scandal at Mid Staffordshire NHS Foundation Trust, said the case demonstrated a lack of openness and transparency in the health service.
What I think we need is, throughout the system, a reinstatement of professionalism. And by that I mean we need chief executives in foundation trusts, and dare I say it, the Care Quality Commission, who are open with the public and actually role model what it is that everyone else in the system needs to do.
David Cameron has said he is deeply concerned by claims that a former undercover police officer was part of an operation to smear the family of the murdered black teenager Stephen Lawrence. He said he wanted Scotland Yard to launch an immediate investigation into the allegations made by Peter Francis that he was asked to look for material to discredit Stephen's parents in the aftermath of the killing. The former Home Secretary Jack Straw, who in 1997 ordered the inquiry that led to the 1999 Macpherson report, said he was appalled and was referring the matter to the Independent Police Complaints Commission.
We need to know, first of all, the extent of Mr. Francis's, the undercover officer's, activities. We need to know who ordered this, how far up it went, and we need to know why not a word of any of this was disclosed in any form, even confidentially, either to me as Home Secretary or to the Macpherson inquiry, as it should have been.
The lawyer of the fugitive US intelligence contractor Edward Snowden says a government official in Hong Kong asked his client to leave the city over the weekend. Mr. Snowden is now in Moscow as he tries to get to Ecuador. Concern is growing for the health of Nelson Mandela, who's now critically ill in hospital in South Africa. In the past hour, President Zuma has told journalists in Johannesburg that Mr. Mandela remains in a critical condition and that doctors are doing everything to ensure his comfort.
It was late. He was already asleep, and we were there, looked at him, saw him, and we then had a bit of a discussion with the doctors as well as his wife, Grasa Musha.
Police have arrested 2 men during a raid in Gretna where cannabis with a street value of £200,000 was seized. Detectives discovered what they've described as a large-scale cannabis cultivation. And a verdict is expected later today in a case involving the former Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi, who was accused of having sex with an underage prostitute and abusing his power to get her released from custody. The woman was a nightclub dancer with the stage name of Ruby the Heart Stealer. And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes
GPS signal lost.
at 11.
We take the pressure and we flow.
It's Frankie Valli and Greece. Fantastic. 7 minutes past 10 is the time. I don't know about roadworks, says Sid, but there's a road near me that's been dug up by the gas company so many times recently, they're thinking of installing a zip just to save time. Well, do you know, it would probably, they'd get it finished quicker, wouldn't they? It'd be troublesome driving across it, I would have thought, but, well, apart from that, you'd be fine. And talking French, we had a little bit of that the other day. Mark of Devon says, we were honeymooning in France. I rang down to the hotel reception one morning to ask for some milk. Even I know that it is du lait. Feeling quite smug, I told the receptionist we were in room 119, in French, of course. Some 10 minutes later, there was a knock at the door, and a porter stood there with a tray, holding a small jug of milk and a single egg on a plate. Slowly occurred to me that I'd run down and ordered milk and an nif, is what I'd said. An nif. So what did they come up with? An if. And well, it was no surprise that later in the day, while passing reception, the lady behind it asked if we were Dutch. I'm surprised it wasn't further afield than that. Here's something that will thrill you, absolutely thrill you. The first play in this country of Elton John's brand new single. He's got an album coming out shortly called Home Again, and this is the lead single from it. It's Elton John, new single, first play. It's called The Diving Board, and this is called Home.
Counting on a memory to get me out of here. I'm waiting for the fog around this spooky little town to clear. All this time I've been being someone else.